recycled yet. Fucking nice. These are some good numbers right here. Hello, hello, hello. Do I live alone? No. My wife and son live here as well. Thank you, Bleaks. I appreciate that. Yo, back at you, strange and scary. Wowzers. Greetings from Pacifica, California. Yes, on Prop 50. Somebody else says, hey, Tom. Hey, back at you. Motherfucking out. Motherfucking out. 15 new emails from fucking who? Ah, there we go. Are you early? Well, since it's not a scheduled live, then yeah, you're not early for anything. 300, 350, 675. Okay, I just need to look at something real quick. Rates. So 325. 350. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. I see a lot of people equating Jimmy Kimmel with Gina Carano and Roseanne Barr. Thoughts? Not even close. Hello, Tom and Renee from Michigan. Hope you are having a good late afternoon. Renee's not here. She's making her way back down from Wisconsin. She had a funeral. You got my fucking present? No, I don't. If you guys could please tap the fuck out of the screen, there's a little arrow down here in the corner. You can share this live to your Facebook page, in a text message, wherever. Thanks for all your work. It takes a lot to produce content. Keep it coming. I appreciate it. The best thing you can do to help me keep making content for you is to keep watching it right here. Dumb lib. Well, what does that say about you that you're in here watching me? So who's taking advantage of all the Disney Plus bundle deals that are showing up over social media today? Haven't even seen one. What's up, Unk? My THC levels. Did everyone cancel their Disney Plus accounts? No, I haven't. I'm waiting to see if they do the right thing and put them back on. I don't know if they mean the Santa thing insulting or not. You'd have to ask them. Hope you and Renee enjoyed your time in Alaska and keeping us informed. No, I appreciate it. We rather did enjoy Alaska. Yes. We'll probably do another Alaska trip based off of the one we just did. Are you the one that talks about being DL? Somebody fill me in. What's DL? Driver's license? Definitely lazy. Dramatically loud. After Alaska, what state would you like to visit? I don't know. I've already visited 38 states. Alaska was my 39th, so I'm down forever. We really would like to see Hawaii now. That would be nice. Much love for your channel. Thank you very much. It's 420 time. It's always 420 time. What's your favorite state? The state of being high. Todo loco siempre la frontera güero. My mom has hated me and loved my sister. Now, what? Hang on a second. Now she wants my dad to cut me off from an inheritance. I have always complied, but now it seems leaving my inheritance will cut my roots. Damn, that kind of sucks. I don't know quite what to say. Drug addict. That's really your contribution? Wow. Uh, have you gone up the CN Tower? Elaborate, please. Favorite horror movie? Halloween. Unfortunately, I will not visit any state for the next 3.5 years. I don't fault you. No, Jubs. Can't visit Washington State. I think that the person that left that comment might not be from the states at all. Yes, I have been to the Northeast. Explain Russian collusion to us? Yes, the Trump family attempted to work with the Russian government to gain dirt on their political opponent. Trump said he would do it. Donald Trump Jr. publicly accepted a meeting with them. The Republican Party said that the Russians hacked their server too in 2016, yet not one single email came out about a single Republican. You are a fool. Well, everybody's got an opinion. They're like assholes. Thoughts and prayers to the school shooting victims of September 10th. Hey, what's up, UK? Do I think there will be a midterm? Yes. You're live coming in clutch, stuck at. Well, he did away with that message very quickly. I couldn't even read the whole thing. Thoughts on the name Jacob? I have no problem with the name Jacob. Why? Do I think it'll be a fair midterm? I don't think we're going to have a fair election for a minute. I think that the Republicans have now shown their hand. Fake electors, finding enough votes. Who knows what is going to happen in the midterms? Do people follow you just to troll you? You have no fucking idea how many people do that. It's bizarre. On my main account on TikTok, I had 1.5 million followers, and it was just fucking trolls upon trolls upon trolls upon trolls. It was fucking bizarre. Stuck in the Indianapolis airport cell phone lot. God damn. That fucking sucks. Typical liberal lives in a gated community. Put your yoga pants on, pray to the Hindu gods. Tell us about the universe. I live in a gated community? Are you fucking shitting me? Okay. I guess I must have missed the fucking passcode key coming into the fucking community, man. So you know nothing? Why are you consider yourself a political commentator? I give my opinions on. Listen, here's bottom line. You don't like what I have to say? Learn to scroll. Problem solved. I give my opinions on political and social issues. I give my opinions on music and food and travel and Chicago and the Chicago history and Gen X culture. I do all types of content. If you don't like a particular type of content, I don't fucking care. Learn to scroll. That fucking simple. He never spewed any hate. He only spewed, okay, let's start over again. He never spewed any hate. He spewed facts that you could not handle. And tell me one thing that that spewed hate. The college students spewed hate. What the fuck? First of all, go back and write that so it's an English fucking sentence, man. Secondly, he did spew hate. Frequently. Lastly, we didn't do this, numbnuts. I just did a video today that'll be going up on TikTok or YouTube in the next day or two about how the federal investigators cannot find a tie to any left-leaning organizations at all. Hawk has been on my podcast before. I've been on his show. I don't know that I've had Barrister on, though, no. You trust this morning finds me well? Well, here it's this evening. It is currently 5:22 p.m. here in the Chicagoland area. Fucking collage. If you want to live in a bubble, okay. I don't, but you guys are like pigeons playing chess. Whatever. You're sitting in my life, champ. I didn't come to see you. You came to see me. I like pigeons, somebody says. Yeah, fucking A. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good. You can't bring me down today. My numbers are good. My growth is good. I just saw my numbers roll over for, they calculate daily over here on YouTube, and yesterday's numbers fucking ticked up again and looked great. So, Do you think the Democrats are doing enough to get their points across? No, they never have, and I don't know if they ever will. No, the Democrats suck at messaging. They are the worst. They're like that 4-year-old kid that's trying to tell you a story and it's been going on for 87 minutes and they just keep going. And then that one time and then by the thing and then it's horrible. It's horrible. We need a new party. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you, but at the end of the day, the only option we have right now in the face of immediate fascism is to vote for the Democrat. That's it. I don't care if you don't like them. I don't care if they don't meet every one of your standards. We need to vote for the Democrat because if we don't, we see what happens. People like Trump and the Republicans get in. And then we have fascism. So until we can formulate a new party that's actually going to be viable, we have to do the right thing. I'm not saying you don't, Finian. This is a general message to people. You know what I mean? That's a nice guitar. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I refuse to vote for evil. So you think the Democrats are evil or the Republicans? Which one? Are there any Republicans you respect? Right now? No. Well, then, if you're not voting for either, then when you would normally vote for any type of a liberal, then you're helping people like Trump get elected. Right now, in today's day and age, there is only one way to rebuke the fascism that exists in the United States of America, and that is to vote Democrat, to make sure that the fascists do not have any seats of power. What's my favorite strain? Whatever one my guy puts in the bag next. I need to probably see him sooner rather than later. This is what I'm down to here. It's not a bad amount. I got this, and these are some, these are not bad nugs. And then I got those. So, I mean, these are okay. To get me by for a little while, but you know what I'm saying? That's solid. That's fucking solid. What do I think about Benjamin Netanyahu? I think he's a fucking problem. I think he's a real fucking problem. Hey, it's my first time in chat. What do you normally do in live streams? Just sit here and bullshit. Have you ever tried weed brownies? Yes. I would be welcome in your country. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Got some Acapulco Gold. Do you like pre-roll joints or do you like to roll your own? So this is the one I'm working on right now. This is a raw cone. I don't roll anything. I pack them, but I do them myself. Is this your main source of income? Yep. Well, not the lives. I only make money on lives if you guys throw donations in there. And sometimes they're very generous. Yesterday I was on a live on here and somebody threw $100 in after a few other people had thrown in, about $30 worth. So I made $130 for the live, right? So not bad. But no, I make my money when you guys watch the videos on YouTube. Sweet guitar. Thank you very much. It is a D'Angelico semi-hollow body with the Grateful Dead red, white, and blue paint job and the 13-point bolt, as is seen in the Grateful Dead Steal Your Face imagery. Graham Small, thank you very much for the donation. Always appreciated. Always appreciated. I don't know my top 10 U.S. presidents. Yes, that's Bob Marley. That is a carving of Bob Marley's face I bought in Ocho Rios, Jamaica in February of 2019. I haven't made money in trucking in 3 years. Our trucking company has been a tax loss for us for 3 years, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It has lowered our tax liability for 3 years, so that's been a good thing. But no, we don't make any money in trucking. No. We're on the path of getting out of trucking by the end of this year, and we will be giving the semi to the driver who drives for us to him. We're not even selling it to him. We're giving it to him. What hobbies do you have? Gardening, kayaking, smoking weed, and fucking. No, I do not know why. Well, it's not okay. I don't think it's Charlie Kirk Day. It might be a specific day, but it was a resolution honoring his life and legacy. And I haven't the foggiest fucking clue why any Democrat would sign on to that. Graham Small, thank you again for the donation. Hang on a second. That Bits, thank you very much for the donation. How the fuck do I donate more than Saga Change? Saga Change? Do you own your own? Do I own my own what? Trucks? Semis? Yes. Yes. Well, I'm confused with some of the things that are coming in. Everybody, let's take a deep breath and reset. Ready? Reset. Okay, what do we got? Did you moisturize after I left you dry? That's what you got. Okay. Isn't it funny that October 14th is also George Floyd's birthday? Yeah, slightly. Sofa change. I'm pissed, says Graham Small on his third donation. Do I grow my own weed? No. Dude, that is a strange thing to say. What's your favorite music artist? AC/DC, LMAO. What? I don't know. I love how he gets the joke. LOL. Can you riz me up? Probably not. Do you hate fascism? Of course. I don't understand MAGA. Who in their right mind thinks Antifa is bad? Shouldn't everyone be against a fascist government? Yes, in theory. Do you hate fascism? I said yes. Do I play the guitar? No, I do not. MAGA loves fascism. Yes, they do. What do you think of socialism? Doesn't work. Noticed less semis on the road since the trade tariffs? I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. Do you believe in freedom of speech? Yes, I do. Yes, fuck fascism, two exclamation points. Are you a boy or a girl? Somebody asks somebody else in the comment section. Why do so many mindless Americans still support Trump? Damn good question. I've been listening to a lot of Woody Guthrie the past week. Jesus, this is all over the place. Star Wars or Star Trek? Yes, they're both awesome. Hi from Switzerland. Hi back at you, Switzerland. You getting a peek into the dysfunction that is the United States of America by just taking a look at the comment section of the various lives on social medias? Because shit's fucking off the chain. I, Woody Guthrie should be in rotation right now. UK comedy or US comedy, both. Somebody keeps calling me daddy for some reason. Marvel or DC. DC had better characters. Marvel makes better movies. And there it is. What state are you in? Right now, I'm in the state of confusion. I'm in Illinois. I'm just outside the city of Chicago, in a little suburb out near Joliet called Shanahan, Illinois. What do you think about Legibitiqua? In what regard? Did you not like the new Superman movie? I haven't watched the new Superman movie. Do you watch the NBA? Not really a lot since Jordan. Skip my statement. Makes sense. Man, there are 198 people and statements are flying around. I'm missing a lot of them. I like your vibes. Thank you very much. We are all Melissa Hortman and her husband. Somebody says, no, we are not all Charlie Kirk, thankfully, somebody else says. Did you watch Knight Rider when you were a kid? Yes, I did. You like horror movies, sort of. I watched Weapons with my girlfriend. It was good. All right. Let's see here. How old am I? I am 53. I was born May 13th, 1972. I was a small child in the 70s. I came of age in the 80s. I became an adult in the 90s. I met my wife in May of 1997 in an AOL chat room. We moved in together in May of 98. We got married in May of 99. We had our first child together in May of '01. We have three children together, two girls, 24 and 21, and a son, age 13. I have a daughter at age 35, married, two kids, lives in Indiana. My favorite color is blue. I wipe front to back, and my NFL team is the Indianapolis Colts. I don't give a shit if you put pineapple on pizza, and I like my weather cold. I can't stand the summer. For everybody that's just asking a whole bunch of different fucking weird ass questions. Best movie ever is The Godfather. Do you have friends? A very, very, very small segment of friends. Make America gaunt again? What's your favorite strain? I don't give a fuck about strains, man. My guy has nothing but fine, sticky, icky, and whatever he puts in the bag is fucking golden. And so, you know what I mean? Are all of your friends Democrats? They're all more liberal. Is weed legal in my state? Yes. Graham Small comes in with another donation. Last donation this time. Please keep true to you. You know I will, brother. You know I will. Were you always more leftist? Sorry, I misspelled. Leftists don't think I'm leftist. You know what I mean? Are you a millionaire with all of the assets? No, no. Andon G, thank you for the donation. And he says, keep up the good work, entertaining and absolutely crucial work. Keep the truth coming. Thank you very much. No, when you add up everything, we're not millionaires. House is worth, yeah, they say the house is worth 350. If somebody came here and bought this house for $350,000, I would stand in the middle of the fucking living room and burn the fattest joint with them, because this shit ain't worth $350,000. We paid $180,000 for this 20 years ago. 225, 250 maybe. Katie, thank you for the donation. Happy smoking. Thank you. Stop smoking. No. May I ask what you did or do for work? I was a landscape contractor for 26 years. I took the typical high school dropout route up the ladder. I started out as a laborer and then worked my way up to assistant working foreman and then working foreman and eventually superintendent that oversaw a couple of crews and then eventually project manager overseeing multiple multi-million-dollar projects. I had my own company for the last 6 years of that 26-year career. And then I retired early in 2018. Fucked around doing social media, wrote 2 books, started 2 podcasts, did a shit ton of social media, built an audience accidentally, and then monetized that audience. And now what I do is social media creation full time. NS, thank you very much for the donation. They say love your content. Thank you. Yeah, so I do social media content full time. I work every other day doing social media content. I will sit down. So like I work tomorrow, Sunday. I will sit down for about 8 or 9 hours, and I will crank out 50 videos. Uh, it'll be a combination of long form videos, 3 minutes and more, or shorts under 3 minutes. I'll do that on TikTok, and I'll post all of that to private so that I can capture the videos. I use that app to create and edit content. Then I take that content and I put it over here on YouTube, and I schedule it out over the course of 2 days. And so every single day, 7 days a week, on this platform, on YouTube, I release 10 shorts manually at 9 a.m. Click, 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 click. 10 new shorts, 9 a.m. Then I have a 3-minute or longer video scheduled to go off at 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2, 2:33, 3:30, 4, 4:35, 5:30, 6, 6:30, and 7 p.m. That's 15 long form videos and 10 shorts every day. Zenial Zenon, thank you very much for the donation. Hi, Tom. I'm an English American with dual citizenship. I live in England, but I'm visiting the U.S. until December. Do you think there's any chance I'll be denied entry? Yes. There's a 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance that you'll be denied entry. Anyway, I put out 15 new long form videos and 10 new shorts every day, 7 days a week. And I just work every other day. So I'll make content tomorrow for about 8 or 9 hours, and then I'll have Monday off. Then I'll make content Tuesday. Then I'll have Wednesday off. Make content Thursday, have Friday off. Make content Saturday, have Sunday off, and that cycle continues. Can we hear you play one of those guitars? You could if I knew how to play, but I don't know how to play. That's art to me, which is why it's hanging on the wall. How tough is it being a content creator, and do you love it? To me, it's not. I talk about this all the time, right? I was a landscape contractor for 26 years. Because I can sit down here in my home office and put my phone on a tripod and sit in my nice comfy chair in my beautifully curated home office and just give my opinion on things for about 8 hours every other day and make the kind of money that I make. No, it's not even close to work. And I say to my wife, I'm okay, I'm going to work. And I go, it's so weird to say that, but I'm going to work. And I walk down to the end of the hall, and I bring my my cup of water in here, and I got my doobies in here, and I pop the fan in the window if necessary, and I sit down and I start recording, record, 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 record. Give my opinions, give my thoughts, give some data to debunk some people, make sure that the truth is out there as best as I can possibly do it. Schedule all those fucking videos, and then all you people show up and watch it, and they pay me. Yes, I have air conditioning. That is blowing smoke out. That's helping me not hotbox the fuck out of myself. Yeah, it's work, but it's not work. I mean, I'm not outside laying sod. I'm not digging holes and planting trees, building retaining walls, cutting lawns, spreading mulch, trimming bushes. This is easy. It's the fucking easiest money I've ever fucking made. I should have done this 20 years ago. Do you run out of content ideas to record? No, because I do politics. And politics is new every single day. That's what I love about the niche that I and so many other people like me have chosen, right? If you're a cooking content creator, eventually you're going to run out of recipes, right? You're this type of content creator, you content creator about your cat, eventually your cat dies. Content creator about this, content creator about that, eventually you run out of that content. Politics is never ending. Social issues are never ending. Music is never ending. Food is never ending. Travel is never ending. My fat ass being stoned and talking about the munchies is never fucking ending. No, there is never a shortage of content, and that's what's beautiful. No, I don't only talk about politics. I talk about politics, Gen X culture, like I said, music, food, travel, Chicago and Chicago history, cannabis legalization. I mean, yeah, it's a never-ending supply of content. So all I got to do is keep giving my opinion and takes on the news of the day. Um, Debunk people when they come in and say stupid, provably false shit. Continue to elevate my mind while doing all of it, and get paid once a month. When did I start making content? Video content? 5 years ago. Social media content? 15, 18 years ago. I've been doing written political content on Twitter and Facebook for a decade and a half, right? I got on TikTok December 10th, 2020, and made my first political video about the first video about politics after the January 6 riots, insurrection. I've had the YouTube page for quite some time. I used to just put videos of myself landscaping, mowing lawns and shit like that. You can still see them; they're still on there. And then I started making my political content for YouTube and put it on here, and then all you guys showed up. How many stories does my house have? A lot, man. I've been in this house for 20 years. Do you doom scroll? Of course. See, this is an interesting comment. You're the dad so many of us Gen Xers wished we'd had. Man, I'm a fucking Gen Xer. Oh, no, I am not a Trump supporter. Fuck, no. No, if you spend any amount of time on this page, if you're new here and you start going through my political videos, and keep in mind I have 10,000 videos for you to go through, you will come to a very quick conclusion. I am most definitely not a fucking Donald Trump supporter. I am more down the middle of the road. I think the fringes, the far right and the far left, are the problems in this fucking country. And yeah, no, no, Donald Trump is not the answer to fucking anything ever, ever. Uh, how many levels does your house have? One. It's what we call here a ranch. It's one story with a full basement. It's a simple little one story ranch home. It has well, it had 3 bedrooms and 1.5 baths when we bought it, and a small one-car garage. We converted the one-car garage into an additional bathroom and bedroom. So now we have 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It's on slightly more than a quarter of an acre of land. We got a 6 foot privacy fence around the backyard. Nice 14 by 20 deck off the slider, off the kitchen there. It's, it ain't much. It's not, we're not fucking hosting the Royals or anything like that, but you know what? It was good enough for us to raise our fucking family in, so it's all right by me. Do you usually wear a Halloween costume? I haven't worn a Halloween costume in years. I used to. Do I have any pets? 5 cats and 1 yellow lab. The yellow lab's name is Clyde Eugene Powell. We used to have a black lab named Bonnie. She died a couple of years ago, Bonnie and Clyde. Clyde is 10 years old. He's getting to be an old man. And we have 5 cats. We have a black and white long haired tuxedo named Freddie Mercury. We have an orange tabby short haired named Franklin after the Grateful Dead song Franklin's Tower. We have a predominantly white calico female short haired named Sergeant Pepper. We have a black short hair, a solid black short hair named Ozzy Osbourne. And we have a gray short haired tabby named Eddie Van Halen. And that's if you don't count all the fucking animals outside that we feed peanuts and bird seed and God knows what else we put out there. Hummingbird feeders, and it looks like Snow White's backyard out there, man. We just got like fucking garden overflowing and birds everywhere. A cat named Freddie Mercury. That's spectacular. Thank you. You were a boomer, not a Gen Xer. No, I'm a Gen Xer. Born May 13th, 1972. Not only am I a Gen Xer, I'm smack dab in the middle of the Gen X generation. Boom. Right in the middle of that motherfucker. I became 10 years old in 1982. God, the 80s. What a fucking decade. Do you listen to rap? A little bit. A little bit. I've got, so this is a music wall. This is music wall number 1. Music wall number 2 is in front of me. It's obviously the back of the phone. I have a picture up on this music wall of the Beastie Boys and Run DMC together in New York City in 1985. So I dig some old school rap like that. As far as the new stuff goes, Eminem's all right, Snoop's all right, Dre's all right. I don't get into too much of the new stuff. A lot of that shit gets really fucking weird, you know. I don't have a favorite song. Do you collect vinyls? Nope. What do you think about Governor J.B. Pritzker? I think he's another billionaire looking to make himself wealthier, but he's done a good job running the state compared to the options that we were given on the Republican side. And I really like the fact that he's pushing back on Donald Trump hard. And I'm proud to say he's my governor right now. What's my zodiac sign? I am a Taurus, man. May 13th. Will you stuff your pets after they pass to keep them on display? Fuck no. Elder millennial here, 84. Kids now think anyone older than a millennial are boomers. Oh, they do. They do. No doubt about it. And here's the fucked up part about it. Somebody was talking about how in 1985, when you were talking about Back to the Future type shit, and not the movie specifically, in 1985, we looked at kids that were teenagers in 1955 as being ancient now, meaning 1985, right? And that was 30 years earlier. We're 2025. What's 30 years ago? What's 30 years ago? '05, right? Well, no, 15, '05, '95. That's now you think of 30 years ago and you think '95. Those people that were teenagers are fucking ancient now. Well, I was an adult in '95. You got to go back another fucking decade to get to my teenage years. So in 1985, that would have been the equivalent of looking at people who were teenagers in 1945. And when I think of it from that perspective, when I was a teenager in '85, thinking about people that were teenagers in 1945, I was thinking of ancient people. Now I'm that ancient person that teenagers nowadays, when they think of 40 fucking years ago, I mean, the kids nowadays are saying that if you were born in the early 2000s, you're old. If you were born in the 90s, you're ancient. Okay, well, you haven't even touched on people born in the 80s, and motherfucker, I was born in the 70s. I get called uncle and I'm only 21. How were the dinosaurs? Don't know. I don't have a favorite metal album. I am ancient. I have no problem calling myself old because I'm old. And there are various stages of old. There's old, which is where I'm at, right? 50s. Then you get into your 60s and you're senior. Then you get into your 70s and you're elderly. By the time you get into your 80s, people are just like, are you still alive, man? You still fucking kicking? Look at you go. Shit. Yeah, go ahead. Pinch asses in the restaurant. Whatever you want to do, man. Fucking have at it. So right now I'm old. You know, in a handful of years, I'm going to be senior. And then a decade later, I'll be elderly. Are your parents still alive? Nope. My parents are dead. My grandparents are dead. Five Alarm Fire, thank you very much for the $10 donation. He says, off topic, but Trump lowering the American flag to half-staff for that prick was akin to giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Rush Limbaugh. Trump is a joke. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlie Kirk did not deserve flags being lowered. He doesn't deserve everything that's happening right now. They're going to do it, and that's fine. That it just shows who they are. If there's one thing that has happened in the aftermath, in the backwash of Charlie Kirk's assassination, it's this: we have seen with no uncertainty which one of our neighbors are those people. Which one of our neighbors agree with a man who says that he would question the qualifications of an airline pilot or a hospital surgeon if they happen to be black? Which one of our neighbors side with a man who says that, you know, if you're a man and she's a woman and you've had 5 beers and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're fooling around and she removes consent, that's a gray area as to whether or not you can continue to have intercourse with her body against her will. It is spotlighted for us who is willing to get their neighbors fired in the name of a white supremacist, but don't say a fucking thing about all the kids shot in schools or the Democratic lawmakers shot or any of those other tragedies. This has spotlighted exactly who your neighbors are. I would dare say it has spotlighted which one of your neighbors would have told the authorities where the Jews were hiding. It has spotlighted exactly who your neighbors are. I bet you never watched the full clip. Here we go with somebody talking about the full clip. Never mind that I've played most likely the full clip that he's probably talking about on my page right here. All right, am I an atheist? Yes, I am. Charlie Kirk made Archie Bunker look woke. Yes. He did. He did. Favorite music to listen to while elevated? Oh, it just depends on what mood you're in that day. You know what I mean? You could be in like a fucking chill kind of, I feel like we should be on vacation kind of mode, and you might dig into some Bob Marley. You might put on a little bit of Jamaican, a little bit of reggae, you know what I mean? You might be fired up and be like, you know what, I'm elevated, I'm gonna get some shit done around the house. And you're gonna throw on some metal, some Metallica or some AC/DC or something like that. It might be the holiday season and you might just be into some Christmas music that day, you know? It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. You know what I'm talking about. Why am I an atheist? The complete and utter lack of any evidence of a God whatsoever. Music reactions? I don't know. Yep, Run DMC. Am I pro choice or pro abortion? I'm pro choice. It ain't my fucking body, man. It's just, it's not, it's that fucking simple. It ain't my body. Therefore, it's not my fucking decision. Ever. It's not your body either. So, until it's your body, it ain't your fucking business, is the way I look at it. Until it's your body, it's not your fucking business. I don't give a shit who you're sleeping with as long as it's all consensual and everybody's of age. I don't give a fuck what you do in your bedroom and with how many people. It ain't my fucking business. Five Alarm Fire comes in with another donation. I'm an atheist once. I'm an atheist once in many foxholes. You know how I became an atheist? Atheist read the Bible, then Torah, then Quran ad nauseum. Every single atheist I ever knew read the Bible in damn near in its completion. And if that's not a book that will turn you away from religion, I don't know what is. Yes, stay out of people's bedrooms. Stay out of people's bedrooms. Stay out of people's doctor's offices. Stay out of people's wedding chapels. Stay out of people's churches. Stay out of all of it. Stay the fuck out of all of it. And that's why I like a liberal form of government. Because a liberal form of government says, I'm not gay, right? A liberal form of governor, a person who governs, will say, I'm not gay. So therefore, I'm not going to marry somebody of the same sex. But it's not up to me to tell you that you can't. You do you. A conservative form of government says, I'm not gay. I'm not going to marry somebody of the same sex, so neither can you. A liberal form of governance says, I'm not going to have an abortion. That's not for me. That's not the decision that I want to make, but it's not my choice to tell you that you can't do it. A conservative form of governance says, I'm not going to get an abortion. That's not a decision that I'm going to make, and therefore you can't make it either. Right? A liberal form of government is always giving people choices and options, and a conservative form of government is always controlling people and their options. We're seeing it happen right now. They went after the universities, right? Did they not go after the universities? They're going after the news stations now. They're going after the broadcast stations now. They're going after the comedians. They went after the books. You can't say gay. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. That's a conservative form of governance. What? Rand, this dude has his money? What's that mean? Should Fox News be shut down? No. They just shouldn't be called news organization because Fox News argued in court that they are not a news outlet. They are an entertainment outlet. So they should be treated as such. I don't understand why Fox is even given press credentials if they are arguing in court that they are not a news entity. You know, fuck it, give them press credentials, all the same. But you know what I mean? Somebody's handing out gifts, membership gifts, I believe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's rare that happens here. Yes, they are a propaganda network. Yeah, going to have the picture of the dear leader in my house. The dear leader's going to have to come by and kiss my fucking ass if he thinks that's going to happen. He said, your income is only coming from Five Alarm Fire. During the course of this live, it is. Thank you, Five Alarm Fire. Do you ever do debates? No, it's a fucking waste of time. I'm not running for office. You see, I exist on TikTok. I had 1.5 million followers till they suspended that account. My new account's up to about, I think, 74,000. I've watched big content creators on both sides of the political aisle have these live debates, and let me tell you what happens. They spend an hour and a half to 2 hours talking over each other. Nobody's mind is changed on a single subject. They both take in all this air and it's fucking it's absolute chaos. They both claim victory, and then it's followed up by 2 weeks where each creator makes content at the other creator, both talking about how they own the other one. Nobody listens to a fucking thing. So why would I ever waste my time? Man, I am 53 years old. I don't have 2 hours to sit in a live with some fucking chowderhead screaming every propagandist line they could possibly come up with, only for them to end it all and go, fucking owned ya. O'Doyle rules. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll be right back. Don't move. All right, I'm back. Can you guys see me? Thumbs up if I'm back. Do I feel like the state of the United States is scarier than it has ever been since I've been alive? Yes. And it's only, unfortunately, because we're in the 100-year cycle. Once again, this shit happens every 100 years. The last time this shit happened was 100 years ago. Where were we 100 years ago? We were in 1925. What happened over the following 20 years? From 25 to 45, what happened? We had an economic collapse. We had the rise of fascism in Europe, and we had a global military conflict that led to the good finally having to rise up and squash the fascism. That happened 100 years earlier from that. And now here we are in 2025, rolling right into that 100-year cycle. We're in the 100-year cycle. We are going to have a rise of fascism and economic collapse and probably military conflict. We have Russia going across Europe right now, and Donald Trump just announced to the NATO members who border Russia that we're pulling back military assistance because we need that to defend the homeland. We're in the 100-year cycle. So over the course of the next 20 years, we are going to have a fight against fascism, an economic collapse, and possibly some large-scale military conflicts. And on the tail end of it, if the 100-year cycle in the last 200 years has proven to be true, in the end, 20 years from now, good will prevail, and we will enter into a 30 to 40-year period of prosperity and growth and liberal mindset. And maybe our kids have a fucking chance. But the next 20 years, they're going to be fucking notch. You know, it's going to be a problem. I'm being dramatic? Okay. Take a look around at what's happening, man. Take a look at, Mikey, how you doing? Take a look around at what's happening. News organizations are being shut up. The Department of Defense has now told news organizations, you run anything that's not cleared by the Department of Defense first, we're pulling your press passes. You can be Charlie Kirk. I choose not to be Charlie Kirk. No. I choose not to be a racist, white supremacist, misogynist. That's going to be a pass for me. Nice to see you. Thank you, Matthew. Back at you, my guy. Do you support illegal immigrants? Yeah, I do. I've said it in numerous videos. I do. And here's why I do. Let's go ahead and talk about undocumented immigrants for a moment. You call them illegal immigrants, I call them undocumented immigrants. Working in the landscape industry for 26 years the way I did, I had the honor and privilege of working with quite literally thousands of undocumented immigrants over the course of my career. And here's what I can tell you. If the roles were reversed and there was no work to be found in the United States of America, but there was work to be found in Mexico, would you wait in line for 15 years to try and get into the country? Or would you sneak across the border to get work to put bread on your family's table? I'd sneak across the border. And after I had an opportunity to work with several undocumented immigrants over the course of my career and got to know them, that's what they're doing, man. And when you learn what an economic net positive undocumented immigrants are to this country and to the individual states, keep in mind that the very Republican state of Texas once put out a report saying that undocumented immigrants were in fact a net positive to the state of Texas. You realize that undocumented immigrants are actually kind of necessary in this country. So yeah, having known people that were in this country illegally for 15 years, trying to go through the right channels to become a citizen, and still not being able to because our extraordinarily broken immigration system is fucked up. Yeah, I got no problem with people crossing an imaginary line in the fucking sand to put food on their table. What do you mean? What's my opinion on influencers on the other side of the political aisle? My opinion on them as far as what? If you don't mind me asking? Am I a Bernie supporter? Not necessarily. I agree with a great deal of what Bernie has to say, but I'm very upset with Bernie supporters for what they did in 2016. And that same group of people kind of did the same shit in 2024, and it's becoming a fucking problem. Why are you guys calling him Captain Kirk? Live long and prosper, Mr. Spock. How am I? Fat and sassy. Talking about William Shatner. Love the guitar. Thank you very much. Oh, fucking Jill Stein. Please stop with that shit. 5 Alarm Fire probably gifted you a membership there, Ancient Dork. They were throwing out membership gifts earlier in the live. What am I drinking? Same thing I always drink. High quality H2O, just ice water. I have a couple of pops, a couple of cans of pop a day, and milk on the front and back end of my days. But usually during the course of the day, it's ice water. High quality H2O. What are your thoughts about canceling Disney, Hulu, Paramount? FYI, I canceled mine yesterday. My thoughts on it are as follows. I haven't canceled anything yet. I read a report today that Disney is in negotiations with Jimmy to bring him back, and Jimmy's not willing to do anything like donate to something or apologize. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. 5 Alarm with another donation. Thank you very much. You have a MAGA problem in your chat. Need another mod? Question mark. I mod for straight facts and angry ginger, unless you like arguing with them. I let them go for the most part. I will occasionally shut them up here or there, but I let them go for a while. Let them kind of get it out. Let them kind of boost the algorithm kind of thing, and Let them just get all fuck. They got it. It's like a kid after a road trip, and they're all tuckered out. Sometimes you got to let them go in the house and just throw themselves on the floor and just, Besides, I'm not going to be on here for like another hour or anything. I will tell you this though, I do need to relieve myself. Sorry. 80 is the new 50. Nice skull collection. Thank you. Do you like Michael Jackson? As a person, no. His music was pretty good. Not exactly my jam, but some of his shit was, really rocked. That was quick. I just took a piss. Do you like lasagna? Does a hobby horse have a wooden dick? Fall back in 6 weeks. Yep. Goddamn. Finally gonna get rid of summer. The heat can fuck off. All the mosquitoes can fucking die. All the little fucking buzzy things can fucking die, and we can finally enter into the right time of year. Fall, which is a nice little appetizer to winter. Bring it. Fucking bring it. I want fucking Christmas trees and holiday music and snow and cold and let's go. Fucking ready. But I need a little fall first, right? I need a little fucking change of color on the fucking trees and nice crisp atmosphere. I like that, shorts and hoodie combination time of year, you know what I mean? A little pumpkin patch thing, a little fucking decoration shit, whatever, bada boom, bada bing, whatever. Fine, let's do a little fall, but then I want fucking winter. You know what I'm saying? 9 p.m., October 31st, you shut the door, you lock it, you turn the light off, it's Christmas. Okay, Mariah Carey, I could do without. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fat man who can't stand the hot weather. I want summer to be about 3 weeks so I could swim, watch some fireworks, go to the carnival, and then right back into fall. I fucking hate summer. It's so fucking hot, and it just fucking sweat. And I'm in the Chicagoland area. It's fucking corn sweat. And you walk out your front door, and the air just fucking hits you in the chest. I'm fucking sick of it. I hate it. It's been fucking 80s and 90s for like fucking 900 years. Get rid of it. Bring on fall. I'm done with it. Fucking done with it. I don't have a pool in the backyard, so fuck the heat. Fuck the heat. Yeah, bring on all of that pumpkin shit. All of it. Fucking done with it. Fuck, I'm a fat man. I hate it. I've never I can only take off so many fucking clothes, and then it becomes grotesque and indecent exposure. It borders on illegal. But I can fucking layer up in the winter. I've been doing that my whole goddamn life. Fuck yeah, I could layer up. No problem. Crank the fucking heat up. I'll throw some socks on, glide across the house. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the land, the snow is glistening. Walking it up. Doing the Carlton. I'm sorry, I'm a fucking Christmas geek. I'm fucking. I turn into fucking Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation when November rolls around. Gabriel, thank you very much for the donation. Big fan of the channel. I cannot believe the cult that has formed over Charlie Kirk. They talking about building statues of the guy. I'm sorry, the guy was a racist. And he's a he's a podcaster. But they are going to use this. That's the key point. They are going to use this to enact the change that they want, or at least try to. Halloween, Thanksgiving are great. Yeah, they're both great. But here's the deal. Halloween is the last holiday before Christmas. Thanksgiving, that's warm up for Christmas dinner. That's all that is. That's a Christmas warm up. It's a Christmas walkthrough, if you will. Winter is my favorite season. Winter has always been my favorite season. Fucking love winter. Part of it comes from spending a youth outside. I grew up outside, 70s and 80s. Part of it comes from traveling across the country for 4 years, living out of a backpack, living in a tent, and going only where the weather was warm because that's the kind of clothes that you had. And part of it comes from having a 26-year career in landscaping where you bust your fucking ass all spring, summer, and fall to look forward to that winter break, to be able to just be like, okay, we can breathe. No, I am not Santa Claus. Sorry. I do know Santa Claus. I am Santifa Claus. Just to piss off the MAGA crowd. Just call me Santifa. Do you see any way Democrats and Republicans can find common ground with Charlie Kirk? Probably not. Also, a couple of things to keep in mind for the people that are finding me for the first time, just to give you an idea of what I do. I do a lot of content creation, obviously. I also, like everybody else, I have merch. I have a store. I have T-shirts and hoodies and throw pillows and coffee mugs. My best-selling shirt, I have a bumper sticker version of it here. My best-selling shirt, I know this is backwards, but it says "Have the day you voted for." That's the best-selling shirt I have. I also have FDT in the NPR logo. I have a couple of atheist shirts, some marijuana shirts, and then just some generally weird shirts like chin up, tits out, onward. There's fuckery to spread, shit like that. Anyway, there's a merch. You go to the link in my bio. I have a merch store. I have written 2 books. They are available in paperback and ebook formats. If you buy them in paperback, I make more money. The first book is the story of the first 45 years of my life, and the second book is a collection of quote-unquote letters I wrote to my wife during the quarantine lockdown. And it's all in a funny manner. So I have 2 books. I used to do a blog. It might still be on my website. I haven't done work on that in forever. I hosted 2 podcasts, a regular Friday weekly podcast that was me discussing the political news of the week. There are still a few hundred of those available to go listen to. They're on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. It's called the Second Half Podcast with Tom Powell. I also had a podcast called Off Topic with Tom Powell, where I interviewed people that were not necessarily political, but were just from all different walks of life. Those are in video format right here on YouTube. Where did I meet my wife? In an AOL chat room in May of 1997. Do I design my merch? No, I work with graphic designers from Fiverr. What else? 2 books, got old podcasts. I've appeared on a half dozen other podcasts. I've appeared in the Chicago Sun-Times. I've appeared in the Suburban Herald, the Daily Herald News. I've appeared in AARP's newsletter, a digital newsletter. I'm on all the socials. Do I think Brian Kilmeade should be fired for his comment? I, if Jimmy Kimmel's going to get fired, then surely Brian Kilmeade's comment warrants firing. And if Kilmeade's doesn't, then neither does Kimmel's. I feel like love is dead, and I'm a pretty hot chick with good brains, says Spooky Ann. Gentlemen, step up to the challenge. She's just looking for a cool dude. I don't know. I've been with my wife for 28 years. Thank you, 5 Alarm Fire, for the donation. Are your live streams random, or do you have a set schedule? I mod for other content creators and don't want to miss yours. Okay, so first things first. This is what's called an impromptu live. Whenever I get the feeling like going live, I pop on. That happens randomly from time to time. Not a ton, but, off and on. I also go live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, only here on YouTube. It's called Taco Tuesdays with Tom. Tacos aren't necessarily included. I just have a very deep connection with tacos on social media. I'm known as the tacos guy. Peace, love, and tacos is the catch line to my merch. My license plate reads tacos. I got the fucking just tacos, right? So it's just, TikTok, I became known as the taco guy. So I got a lot of taco merch, or a handful of taco merch in my stores, shit like that. So it's just called Taco Tuesdays with Tom. Trying to figure out a way to bring my second half podcast back, but I don't know how to do that in a successful manner, because I need to focus on. My wife retired me in 2018. Her income exploded, and she said, "Just fucking retire." Even though I had my own business, she's like, "You've been killing yourself for 26 years. Fucking stop." And after some consideration, I did. I was 45 years old, and then I started fucking around on social media for fun, not like, oh, I'm gonna go build the fucking platform. And 1.5 million people showed up on TikTok, and then you guys started showing up on YouTube. I got 30,000 on Instagram, and 10,000 here, and 12,000 there, whatever the case may be. And then my wife's company went under, and we lost all of our income. And she looked at me and said, "We need to monetize what you've built." And I went, "Are you insane? We're never going to make enough money off of social fucking media for us to pay our bills." My wife was making almost 200 a year. There was no fucking way we were going to do that. We were going to recoup that. So I'm throwing my resume back out to companies. I'm going to have to go back to landscaping. I'm going to have to go back and become a project manager. What it is, what it is. And she sat down and said, "No, this is how we monetize your YouTube channel. You meet all the parameters. Let's monetize it." And she monetized it, and now she's retired. She turned 50 on August 25th. She hasn't worked in 1.5 years. And it's all because of you guys. Quite literally. It's all because of you guys. If you guys don't consume the content on YouTube, it doesn't happen. but we've replaced every last bit of her salary and then some. I am. I'm a 53-year-old Gen X high school dropout former landscaper that is somehow making a fucking living doing social media content. Go figure that one out. Dude, I'm some fucking guy that dug holes for a living. It's fucking bizarre. It is just so, the modern world is so fucking bizarre. I just give my opinions, and then you guys go, man, we got to go see what he's saying, and I appreciate the fuck out of it, and my family appreciates the fuck out of it. You know, the response has been insane, and the subsequent monetization possibilities have been even more insane. So. How was it living with dinosaurs in your days? But bumped. He's here all week, folks. Try the veal. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Yes, I am a Gen X guy. I mean, if you look at my page here on YouTube, my header picture is a VW bus, and it says political and social content from a Gen Xer in the second half of his life. That's why my podcast was called the Second Half Podcast. It was views and opinions on the news stories of the week from a Gen Xer in the second half of his life, because that's where I'm at. I'm not at halftime. I'm in the second half of my life. I'm 53. In order for me to be at halftime, in order for me to be middle-aged, I would have to live to be 106. And the chances of me living to be 106 years old are fucking negative numbers. All right, I abused the living shit out of myself over the course of the first half of my life, for sure. So, yeah, I'm not living to be 106. I'm in the second half of my life. So that's why I approach things like that from that standpoint. Play the guitar for us. Don't know how. Never learned. Have I ever listened to WLSAM? Fuck yeah. Yeah. For decades. You're no longer receiving royalties from all of your Tom Powell Jr. tribute bands. Oh, yes, I've had a million of those, huh? Do you support colleges? Well, I'm supporting the fuck out of UIC. I got a junior there right now. Yeah, we support colleges. We're going to be supporting the shit out of UIC for a minute. Do you love Ed Sheeran? I don't know. Maybe. What's with the guitar for then? I think it's beautiful, so I want it there. 5 Alarm, thank you very much for yet another donation. I've got to go mod another creator. Here's another donation for you. And your lovely wife's next cruise. Take care, Tom Chat. Thank you very much, 5 Alarm. I appreciate it, brother. Do you love the Eagles, the band? There you go, right there. All hail Taco Supreme Leader. That's a nickname that I picked up over on TikTok with my taco-centric content. Can you play the guitar? Nope, don't know how. Well, you saw them in concert in the 70s. Gotcha. I didn't see them in concert in the 70s. I was only alive for 8 years in the 70s. I was born in 72. How did you listen to music before streaming services were created? Cassette player. 8 tracks, records, the radio. Listened to a lot of radio. Shit ton of radio. Radio was where it was at, man. You had your station, and that's what you listened to in the car. You know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, if you had a cassette, yeah, and CDs, of course, after cassettes. Do you have a favorite podcast? I don't. I don't listen to a single podcast. I hosted 2 podcasts. I've appeared on a half dozen other. You'll get links to all of that on my website, oldhippiemedia.com. Um, but I don't listen to a single podcast. Have I been to Hinsdale? Yeah, I've been all over the Chicago suburbs. Do you have a lot of CDs? I have none. I have no CDs. I have no cassette tapes. I have no vinyl. All of the music I possess now is digital. It goes with me in the pocket of my pants. Do you know Alex O'Connor? No. Thank you, Garfield. My THC levels are okay. 632. You got me for a few more minutes. Simon Tex, thank you very much for the donation. I'm 51 years old and still don't know if I'm ready to be an adult. Don't ever grow up. It's a trap. I looked at my uncle when he turned 50 years old. I don't even remember how old I was when he turned 50. When he turned 50 years old, I looked at him and was like, I literally said to him, I go, dude, that's old, man. And he was like, it's not that old. And I'm like, it's half 100. You're halfway to 100. And he was like, how about you shut the fuck up about it? It's not that old. And I remember thinking to myself, God damn. Now I'm 53. I'll be 54 in the spring, in May. And it's not that old. I got way less in front of me than I have behind me, don't get me wrong. If I'm lucky, I got 20 good years left, right? But goddamn, it ain't that old. You know, I'm 53 and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, when I was fucking 19, I didn't realize 50-year-olds still fucked. Still fuck, still drink, still travel, still do all that shit. Not dead yet. There's a song everybody should go listen to. Not dead yet. Well, I was born too late to play in the Rolling Stones. I don't know Jimmy Page, I never met Yoko Ono, standing with a strap. I'm rock and roll's bastard son. Go out, get drunk, get laid, have fun. Don't got $1 million, don't got a private jet. Give me half a chance, cause I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. It's from the Bad Examples, a Chicago area band. Oh. There's a mugger in the alley. There's a robber in the hall. There's a girl at the bar wants to get me by the balls. Hangman is hanging if I autograph the noose. Lee Harvey Oswald's brothers on the loose. Mafia hitman with a bullet from my back. Someday he's gonna get me, but I'm not dead yet. Good fucking song. Phil Collins? Love me some Phil Collins. I couldn't stand that stranglehold that Phil Collins had on the radio during the years he was cranking out animated movie soundtracks. Oh my God. And that like 16-week long fucking death stranglehold that Bryan Adams had with the fucking Robin Hood soundtrack. Everything I do it for you. Oh my God. Talk about making me want to drive my car into a fucking bridge embankment. Do you watch wrestling? No, I do not. Later, Sin. My dad played the band Burnt Toast. Interesting. 80s weren't all that great. The fuck they weren't. Do you consider yourself to be a centrist? Or just, what is it? I'm center left. I'm center left. I'm a capitalist who believes in robust capitalism that's heavily regulated with strong social safety nets. I think that we need universal health care. I'm pro-choice. I don't give a shit who you marry. I think that we should have a living wage. I'm also pro-death penalty, pro-first strike, pro-Second Amendment, pro-concealed carry. I don't know what the fuck I am. I vote Democrat. I'm not registered with any party. Can't fucking stand the Republicans. Pro-guns? I wouldn't say that I'm pro-guns. I'm pro being able to defend myself. I'm pro you being able to defend yourself. I would love to live in a world with no guns. We don't live in a world with no guns. We don't live in a country with no guns. We live in a country with 1.4 guns for every man, woman, and child. And while I live in a small town and the police department's less than 5 minutes from my front door, it's still going to take the cops a couple of minutes to get here at 2 o'clock in the morning when somebody's coming through my front door. And I have a right to protect me and my family because we live in that world. Take it easy, Jan. Yes, I'm going to be running here shortly myself. If you're not a danger to yourself or others, then you should be able to own a shit ton of guns and a fuck ton of ammunition. My form of capitalism is what you would probably find in, like, the Scandinavian countries, which are capitalistic countries, by the way. I am a Cubs fan. I'm going to keep making videos of all sizes, shorts and longs. I'm a Cubs fan. I do think gun control laws should be stricter. Yes, Cubbies. Guys, I am going to wrap this up here so I can get ready for my wife who's going to be coming home after an overnight trip up to Wisconsin for a family funeral. So I appreciate you guys showing up. Make sure you put it in your calendar. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, I go live. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. Okay? Hasta lasagna, don't get any on you.